Time for some tips for old guys. We're going to make a grilled cheese sandwich today, and I'm going to show you how I do it in a way where I can enjoy the grilled cheese sandwich. We are currently preheating our pan on this stove, electric stove, to a 6 out of 10. We're using Sara Lee butter bread, which I definitely recommend is the best bread for this grilled cheese sandwich and pretty much anything else you do in life. Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee. Over here we have Kraft Singles, American cheese. I've tried the store brand cheese, not as good as Kraft Singles. Butter, forgot to bring it out earlier, so it's rock solid. I'll show you a tip there so you don't have to use a knife and struggle with it and mess up your bread. And of course the very delicious Sara Lee butter bread, the perfect bread for what we're doing today. So the pan is getting hot. We've got it on the 6 out of 10. And to butter the pan, instead of buttering the bread directly, melt some butter in the pan. I like a circular motion, keeps the end of the butter straight, so when you do it the next time, it doesn't mess it up. Go ahead and rub the bread in it. A little bit more butter for the second sandwich. We're gonna make 2 today because nobody's here to watch me and I'm gonna get away with it. Now we're gonna go ahead and put some cheese on. And you wanna put 2 cheese per bread, so you get a nice, fluffy, filled cheese grilled cheese sandwich. Very delicious that way. And of course the cheese tastes ever so much better when you're putting it directly onto some Sara Lee butter bread. So 2 pieces of cheese per bottom slice. Go ahead and at this point, if nobody's watching, I'll dump a few pieces of bacon bits in because I can always deny it later. Probably not on my diet. But check with your physician and or health counselor to see if you should do that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the top piece on. You need that to cover the cheese so that the heat coming from the bottom melts it. It kind of attaches the top piece of bread to it. And you're saying to yourself, but there's no butter on the top part of the bread when you flip it over, what's going to happen? Well, I'm glad you asked that. I'm gonna go ahead and get my spatula ready. I'm gonna take the butter. I'm assuming that it's pretty good brown on the other side now. We're gonna melt some butter for the next side of the bread, next side of the sandwich here. When we do the flip over, we'll have the butter ready to go. We'll roll it over inside of it. There we go. We've used about a 1/4 stick of butter, maybe not quite that much for our sandwiches. It's ready to go. We're gonna take a quick peek. Browning up nicely. We're ready to flip it and boom, over the top. There we go. Sure you get both sides in, move it over to the side. Same thing here, we're ready to go. Go ahead and flip it over. Boom! Oh, a little bit offline. Go ahead and put it back online, run it through the butter. There we go, running through the butter. Move them all around, make sure you don't miss any of that delicious butter that's burning on your stove. It's really good for you, I believe. You might want to double check that with your health professional. Now we go ahead and let them melt down. I'm gonna dab off the butter on top here in case we need to flip it over again. Put that back over here. Get the plate ready for when we get ready to put our grilled cheese onto our plate and consume. You'll notice the cheese isn't quite melted here yet at the edge of this sandwich. You do see some melting cheese at the bottom part of this sandwich. So this one definitely cooking longer. Go ahead and move it around so we can pick up that burnt cheese too. Nothing better than burnt cheese. And again, I'm not a health professional. Check with your dietary specialist to see if any of these tips are good for you. Flip it over again. Here we go. Get some of that. This is starting to melt. Flip it over. Get a nice brown. Almost done. Yummy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull them out. And I always put them on the edge of the plate so that the steam can come out and it doesn't make the bottom bread soggy. Put another one on here like that. And now it's time to cut into them and see if we did it just right. Because I've cut myself a lot recently while I've been cooking. I'm going to turn off the stove over here. The controller, of course, is behind the Sara Lee butter bread, the best bread for grilled cheese sandwiches. We're going to go ahead and cut into it and see if it was cooked perfectly, deliciously. The bread being fluffy and flaky. Look at that. That's a perfect grilled cheese sandwich. A little bit of bacon inside. Couldn't be better. Using the best bread in the world, Sara Lee butter bread. using Kraft singles and of course some bacon bits right here on our stove in the old guy's kitchen. This is a tip for an old guy. Now I'm able to tell my wife later when she gets home from work, yes, I had a nice grilled cheese sandwich. She'll be happy. I'm happy. Have a great day.